high in the granite peaks. The air is thin, and the silence is heavy. This is a world of stone and cold. But even here, life finds a way to be tender. A mother Lucario and her offspring. A Riolu, a bond forged in steel. For the young Riolu, every day is a lesson. He mimics the warrior he is destined to become, though his fists are not yet ready for war. Safety is a rare luxury. In her arms, the harsh winds of the canyon seem to disappear. He knows only warmth. But in the wild, silence is often a warning. She feels it before she sees it, a disturbance in the aura. The Tyranitar, a walking mountain of destruction, an apex predator that knows no mercy, driven only by hunger and rage. Instinct takes over, not to flee, but to protect. She stands between the monster and her future. Steel clashes against rock. She fights with the grace of the wind, but the mountain is unyielding. Courage is not enough against such power. Broken, she gives her final command: survive. And so, the child runs, leaving behind his innocence, and the only love he has ever known. Grief is a cold companion, alone in the frozen wastes. The child learns the first rule of the wild. The weak do not see the sunrise. Hunger becomes a constant ache. It sharpens the senses, strips away the softness. He is no longer living. He is surviving. But within his blood, an ancient power awakens, triggered not by joy, but by the sheer refusal to die. Evolution is a response to pain. The child is gone. In his place stands a warrior. Lucario? His body is now a weapon of steel and sinew. He seeks out the coldest waters, the hardest stones, to dull the pain of the past. He inflicts pain upon himself. The scar on his face is a reminder, a map of where he came from, and a promise of where he is going. Years pass in the blink of an eye. The mountains become his dojo. The blizzard, his sparring partner. He masters the aura, the spirit energy that flows through all things. He turns his very soul into a blade. He has learned to hunt, to kill. The softness of his mother's touch is a distant memory, replaced by the grit of survival. He is ready. The training is over. The mountains can teach him no more. It is time to descend and face the ghost of his past. He returns not as a pilgrim, but as a ghost. The valley remembers him, the graveyard of his childhood. Every stone here tells a story of loss, but memory can be a fuel. He turns his grief into focus. The monster still sleeps here, gorged on years of dominance. It does not fear challengers, for it has crushed them all. Eye to eye. The mountain versus the wind. The past versus the present. There are no words left to say. The battle begins with fire and fury. Speed is his only shield against such overwhelming power. He strikes with steel, but the Tyranitar's hide is ancient armor, forged in the depths of the earth. One mistake. That is all it takes. The sheer force is enough to shatter bones. Pain is familiar to him now. It is an old friend. He does not stay down. He cannot. The shadow of death approaches. The beast believes the fight is over. It sees only a broken dog, but it does not see the aura, the spirit that burns brighter when the body is broken. The final gambit. The rage of a lifetime is released in a single heartbeat. Power, born from sorrow. The mountain has fallen. The reign of terror ends, not with a roar, but with silence. Victory does not bring joy. It brings only exhaustion. The fire of vengeance burns out, leaving only the ashes. But in the silence, he hears it, a whisper in the wind, a presence he thought was lost forever. The storm breaks. The cold grip of the canyon finally loosens. For the first time in years, the sun feels warm. He leaves the monster alive, not out of mercy, but because he is no longer defined by his hatred. He is free. The scar will remain. It is part of him, but it is no longer an open wound. It is a mark of survival. The Riolu who ran away is gone. The Avenger rests. And Lucario, the Guardian, begins his watch.